I just built this AI system that automatically creates viral TikTok UGC affiliate ads like these with a single click.
You guys have to check out the new mini platforms. I literally wear them everywhere. They're perfect for staying cozy in the car, and look at this quality.
And today, I'm going to show you how you can build the exact same system for yourself. So this is a 5-part system, and essentially how it works is if we go over into Telegram, you can see we upload a picture of the product we want to promote as well as a quick prompt underneath. So for this one, I said a brunette woman promoting this product inside her car, and the system's going to create the perfect video for us and send it right back to our Telegram. I'll show you a few more examples here. Right here, I said a young blonde woman promoting this product in her car, and you can see we have a perfect video of the woman promoting this exact product. And as we keep going, blonde woman promoting these Uggs in her car.
You guys have to check out the new mini platforms. I literally wear them everywhere. They're perfect for staying cozy in the car, and look at this quality.
You can see the video does also have sound, and then just showing a few more examples, that way you can see what's possible. Sunbum, create a video of a brunette woman in her beach house promoting the Sunbum sunscreen.
I never head out without my Sunbum. It's the best way to protect my skin and enjoy the waves.
And then I even wanted to play around with it and see how extreme I could go, so I decided to do Peter Griffin and a PS5, and it made a pretty good video of Peter Griffin promoting the PS5 in his penthouse. And if you stay until the end of this video, I'll show you how to set this system up for yourself step by step, that way it works for you as well. So these videos are incredible, and you can use them to promote virtually anything you want as long as it's a physical product. And the reason I chose TikTok Shop is because I personally have seen success with it. Is if we come over to my account right here, and you could see some of my top videos, like this pool video. This video made me something like $40,000. You could see you get $9 per sale, and this got 307,000 views. So if we come over to my showcase and we scroll all the way to the bottom, scroll all the way down, you could see that I have sold 16.3K products. And typically that's going to be at an average of about $7.50. So if we do 16,300 times 7.5, you can see I've made a little bit over $120,000 from TikTok in the past 2 years. And keep in mind, this isn't even my main focus. I post videos here once in a while. So if we had an AI system like this that's running on autopilot 24/7, you can imagine the results you're going to get. And to show you this, Lucky Deals. Now if we come over to his account, you can see he's doing an exact replica of this method. And it doesn't look like these videos are doing too well, right? 200 views, some of them get 17K. But if we come over to his showcase and we scroll all the way to the bottom, you can see that he has sold 145,000 products. So if we do 145,000 times, let's say, an average of 7.5, this guy has made over $1 million with TikTok. So this is what's possible with this system. And without further ado, let's hop right in and I'll show you how you can build this exact system step by step and have it up and running as early as tomorrow. Okay, so the easiest way that you can do this is you can come over to my community that I've linked down below in the video description. What you can do inside of here is you can come over to this classroom tab and you can scroll down to this one that I'm working on right now, which is the AI UGC influencer. And I just give you a bunch of information about how it works, how you can make money with this. But if you scroll all the way to the bottom, there's this link that you can download. And then we can come over into our n8n, click on Create Workflow. And then if you tap these 3 dots, Import from File, you can just click that link, open it, and now you have the exact workflow without having to do a single step. If you guys are interested in AI and you're looking to make money online from it, I'm going to leave a link to this community in the description, and we have members from all around the world. So if you want to join, check out that link. So the way that this automation works, we use a platform called n8n, and basically if you're new to n8n, what it is a no-code automation builder. So you don't need to use code at all to learn n8n. Everything is drag and drop and super simple even for a beginner to learn. So I'll walk you through step by step how you can build this workflow for yourself and implement it. And the reason we use n8n, so if we come over to Google Trends, you can see that the interest in n8n over time has gone up exponentially. And that's because of how easy n8n is to use, especially for beginners, because you probably haven't used a no-code tool or you're somewhat new to it. It's super easy, everything is drag and drop, and even a beginner can learn it. So let me walk you through step by step how we can make this. First, go to n8n and you can get started for free. They actually do have a very generous free trial. So click on that, get started for free, and you will be brought a dashboard that looks something like this. And you want to come up here to create workflow. And for those of you that did join the community, all you do is click this 3 dots, import from file, click the file, open it. Now you have the workflow completely set up for yourself. But for those of you that don't, we'll show you how to do it step by step. That way you don't get lost, and that way you know what you're doing. So the way this works is it's a 5-part automation system. You can see part 1 is the image upload and analyze product and or person. So if we come back over to Telegram, you can see sometimes we uploaded a person and a product. Sometimes we only uploaded a product. And you can do either one, because the way we set up this AI is it's going to analyze the image, and it's going to basically tell this AI what we're using, what type of prompt we're looking for, etc. Part 2 is the prompt refiner and image creation. And for this, we're using an AI agent, and we trained this AI agent by giving it this prompt. I said, make one image prompt, ensure you use the details of the reference image as accurately as possible for your final output. And these are the instructions. Like I said, if you guys are in the community, you can copy this. If not, you can pause and type it. And the system message, if we switch this to expression and open this up, I just basically gave it a role and told them the key objective of what we're looking for here. Also, it's probably important to note that if you guys are new to n8n, this is basically how all the windows are going to look. So on the left, you have the input. So this is going to be from the previous node. So from this one, you can see the line goes like this. Goes here. That will send information over here. This is the current one, and this is the output of the current one. So it sounds a little bit confusing, but as we get into it, it'll make a lot more sense and be super easy. But like I said, part 2 is the prompt refiner and image creation. We send a post request, wait, and then we get an image, and then we move to part 3, and this is the multiple video creation process and refiner. So this AI agent right here creates highly detailed video prompts for an AI video generation model. And we use VO3 for this. The reason I like to use AI to come up with the video prompts is because AI is the best at coming up for prompts for itself. So you can think of it like if you were going to be talking to someone that speaks a different language, you would probably have a translator. That way they can talk to the other person in their own language. That's kind of similar to how AI works. So anytime you're looking to make a really good prompt, what I do is I come right over. Let's say I'm working on a project in Claude. So if I'm looking for the perfect prompt, I'll do something like I'll come over to Claude and I'll basically say, write me a detailed image prompt for an AI image generator about a monkey playing hockey. And if we click send, he'll come up with a way better prompt than I would ever be able to. So this is a little quick tip for anyone out there. If you work with AI a lot, I highly recommend this. So you can see this is a very insanely detailed prompt. If I was to try to come up with this, it probably would take me about 10-15 minutes. So I just have AI do it, and then I copy that. But instead of that, we do it inside of n8n. That way it's automated. And that's basically what this AI agent right here does. So this one's going to create a detailed video prompt, send it out. We're going to make a video. We're going to get a video, and then we're going to put them all together because we're going to have 3 separate videos, and then we combine them into one. Combine all of them, and then we upload it and send it to Telegram. That way the final product looks something like this.
You guys have to check out the
and
new
you have your own AI influencer.
Everywhere. They're perfect for staying cozy.
And you have your own AI influencer who creates videos for you. So let's build this step by step now. To start, we will start with part 1, which is the image upload and analyze product and or person. Okay, so step 1 to build this workflow is going to be a Telegram trigger, because that's how this workflow is started. So what we can do is come up here to the top right and just look up Telegram. Click on that. If we scroll all the way down to the triggers, we can pick on message. And now, if you don't have your Telegram connected right here, what you want to do is create new credential. and you need to get an access token. So in order to get this, you come on over to Telegram, and you're going to want to search up botfather and send this guy a message. All you do is /new bot, and then he's going to ask you to pick a name. Really doesn't matter. I'm just going to type something like food bot. Good. Now you have to pick a username. For this one, I'll do something completely random. And you have to end it in bot, so we'll end it in bot. Perfect. My bot can be found here, but right here is what we need, this access token. So just click that, come back over into n8n, paste it, and just rename this YouTube tutorial bot. There we go. And then we'll click save. There we go. So now we have that connected. Now just come back over into Telegram, and if you read the message, you can see congratulations. You will find it at, and it will give you a link. Even if you're on the phone, it'll give you a link. Just tap on it, and it will bring you to a new page like this. You just click on start, and then now you can talk to your bot. So I'm just going to send a message. Hi. Right here, I'm going to pin him. I think I already have too many pinned because I have 5. So I'll just leave him right there. We know it's that top one that's orange. So it's this one that we're going to focus on. There we go. And if we come back over into n8n now, if we click execute workflow, we can see that we now have data from the bot. So what we want to do next is add a edit fields node. That way we can add some data that we can track. This will help out later on to keep us organized. So you just want to click that add button. And we're going to look up edit fields set. And for the first one, we can do bot ID. The second one, we're going to do photo ID. And now for this bot ID, what you want to do is go back into Telegram, go back to the botfather, grab your token again. And we're going to come back over here and just paste it there. That way we can keep track of it. And then for the photo ID, you're going to have to send a photo in Telegram. So I'll go in mine really quick. You want to make sure you go to the bot we just created. So go in there. Doesn't really matter what you send. Just send a photo. And then make sure it's sent. So you might have to click execute workflow. And let's see. Yep, so we got the photo. Come over to this edit fields. So then for this photo ID, you just want to come over here on the left on the inputs, scroll down until you see photo, and then you see photo ID under photo 0. Just drag that right in. And you'll see this change to expression, and it should turn green because now it's grabbing that value for us. And we can just click out of there now. And then we can just click on this little execute step button. Should turn green, and if we take a look at the output, all that should be output from here is the bot ID and the photo ID. So next, we want to get the file path. So just click this plus button again, look up Telegram, and you want to choose get a file for the action. And for the file ID, it's going to be this photo ID right here. And then if we execute step, you should be able to view it, and it should be the photo that you sent to your bot. Perfect. So the reason we do that is because now we want to send that photo over to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT is going to analyze it and classify its contents, determine whether it contains a character, a product, or both. So if we just come down here, we can look up OpenAI, and we can choose the analyze an image. And I'm just going to come up here, and I'm going to copy everything over. So I'll open this up. If you guys want, you can pause it, or like I said, if you're in the community, you'll have all of this automatically imported into your n8n. If you want, copy all of it over, just like this. Model, doesn't really matter, we'll choose 4.0 latest. Text input. Paste it. Input type image URL, and we're just going to copy that as well. And I want to change that to expression, open it up, and right here we'll paste. So now if we open this up and take a look at this one, analyze images, ChatGPT 4.0 latest, The task, analyze the image and classify its contents, determine whether the image contains a character, a product, or both. Only classify it as both if the image clearly contains two distinct separate subjects. So if we come back over to mine, which was right here, as you can see, like this one will classify it as both because it has two separate ones. But if it sends something like this, it'll know that that's one subject. If it contains both, describe each one separately with clear labels. Keep the analysis concise and factual. And then we just provide it with the URL. So in here, the reason that this is turning red is because we have to copy it from the new one, not from the old one. So if we just do that, and this is why we did this edit fields node right here. So if we open that up, we can just grab that bot ID and place it right after the word bot. And you can see it did now turn green. So it's grabbing that bot ID and the file path, which is perfect. Everything should be green. That's good. Now we can click execute step. And you can see if we look at this, it says the image contains a pair of tan colored suede winter boots with a flat sole displayed upright against a black vertical surface, likely for an advertisement or showcase purposes. And that's perfect. That's all we're looking to do. And just like that, part one is now done. So give yourself a pat on the back. Super easy. I'm just going to copy that sticky node, paste it. And part one is now complete. So we can delete this now. Now that we have part one, I'm just going to copy down part two and walk you guys through this step by step. So it starts off with an AI agent. So what we can do is drag this down and we'll just look up AI agent right there. Boom, boom. Define below. And as you can see, this is the perfect prompt creator. So basically we told the AI agent, make one image prompt, ensure you use the details of the reference image as accurately as possible for your final output. And then we provided the Telegram item and a description of the reference image that we got from ChatGPT. So if we come in here, we can just do this, paste that in there. And then if we add a system message, we can come back up here, grab that system message. And basically I went into Claude, told it to make some guidelines, and it came up with really good ones. So if I format this a little bit better, it would be easier for you guys to read. But it doesn't really matter. Anyways, I just told it, you create realistic image prompts for user-generated content style visuals. Your objective is to insert products or items into authentic everyday scenes that resemble content captured by regular people or influencers using their phones. The goal is natural, relatable imagery that feels genuinely user-created. I gave it some guidelines. Always describe characters as realistic and lifelike. You could change that if you want. If you always want cartoon characters, you could do that. TikTok just doesn't really allow that. So if you did that on TikTok, you would probably get banned if you're trying to promote products. But if you're using like your own brand, maybe you have your own jewelry brand or something, definitely do it that way. Scene construction. I said use this structure if the instructions are vague. Place the product in a scene with the character. Default to casual, everyday settings for authentic UGC feel. So vehicle, cars, blah, blah, blah. You don't want to have them like in the middle of a jungle on top of a tree or something, because it wouldn't look too realistic. Because the goal with this is to blend in on TikTok. So to blend in on TikTok, you want to make it look as natural and realistic as possible. You guys can read through this if you want. You can copy it all over. I'm just going to copy all of that, and that will be the system prompt or the system message. Change that to expression. And then what we're going to do is add a chat model. And I like to use Anthropic's Claude because I've found it comes up with the best descriptions and it's the best for writing. But you can use whatever you guys want. If you want, you can use OpenAI. You guys can use anything from this list if you really want. I just like Anthropic. It seems to be the best one. All you do to connect them, everyone is different, but you're just going to click on Create New Credential. So to find your API key, you're just going to want to do something like Claude API key. Just look up something like that. You're going to come over to the developer platform. Then you're going to sign in with your account, get API key, and then it will just let you copy and paste one. So once you copy that, you're going to want to come in here, create new, and just paste it in there. So I already have mine. So this is fully set up now. If we click execute step, let me see this. Okay, so the issue with this is it's grabbing the Telegram trigger 1 because I copy and pasted it. So if I just change that to 2, it should now grab it from the new one, and it should be high, because if we come back over to the new one, I sent it with a message high, but if I sent it with something like, I probably should have redone this. So I'm just redoing it that way. Instead of the message that just says hi, it's going to say something a little bit better. That way we can actually show what this does. So let me just grab these Uggs, and I'll say something like, young brunette woman promoting these inside of her car. And we'll click send. And then if we come back over here, we should see it passing through. Yep. So this is just so we can get a better description. So now. Okay. So now it's going to pass this through. Like I said, this agent is the perfect prompt creator. So let's rename him prompt creator. There we go. Now if we hit play, he should come up with a perfect prompt for us. Invalid syntax. Let's see. Okay, so that's the issue. It's reading this as JavaScript object notation. To fix that, we could just set that to fixed. There we go. And now we'll get a very good output that's going to be a good prompt that we'll use. So here we go. Here's the input. Here's the output. And this is the output for the AI that we're going to use. So you can see it says, a young brunette woman sitting in the driver's seat of her car holding up a pair of tan suede winter boots with a fuzzy white interior lining. She's showing them to the camera with an excited, natural expression. The car headrest is visible behind her head. Casual, everyday makeup, wearing a cozy sweater. Natural daylight coming through the car windows, illuminating her face and the boots. iPhone quality photo, realistic and lifelike. Unstaged moment. The tan suede texture and white fuzzy lining up of the boots are clearly visible as she holds them up. So that's perfect. Okay, so now that we have the prompt, we need to do an HTTP request. And we're going to leave this as post. And what we're going to be using is a website called Kai AI. So if you come over here, Kai AI. But basically what this lets you do is it lets you access all of the top image and video models for way cheaper than anywhere else. So if you go somewhere else to try to access, let's say, VO3, it's going to cost you like $100 a month. But if we come over here, you can see VO 3.1 is 60 credits, so it's about $1 per video. So the first one that we're going to use inside of Kai AI is going to be AI Image API, and you're going to want to come over to Nano Banana Edit Image. And you could test this out if you want, but basically what we're doing in here from n8n is, you remember we got that output of the photo, we fed it into ChatGPT, and now the AI came up with the perfect prompt for us. Basically what this is doing is it's going to paste this prompt into here, and then for the image, it's going to upload the image that we uploaded to Telegram. So it's going to upload this image with the new prompt, and then we're going to get a detailed photo that we can use. That way it's going to create a detailed video based off the photo. Okay, so now that we're in Nano Banana Edit within Kai API, you can see pricing. Nano Banana API costs 4 credits per image, so 2 cents per image, which is super, super cheap. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over to this API. So now that we're over here in the APIs, you can read through if you want. I definitely recommend like getting familiar with pages like this if you plan on using n8n. But what we first want to do is we're going to do a create task. So you just want to copy this, come back over, and paste it right here. But for me, I'm just going to come over to the one we already did and copy that whole thing. And then I will paste it right up here. So it should say this for you. So if you want to pause it and copy it over, make sure it says exactly that. For authentication, you want to do generic, header auth, and then click on create new credential. For the name, we're going to come over here, and you can see this is the authentication. So copy this authorization, come back over, paste that under name, and then to get your value, this is going to be your API key pretty much. So what you can do is copy this bearer right here, and paste it right there, and then click space, and then you want to come over to your account, go to Market, API keys, and then you just want to copy your key, paste it right there, name it something like Kai AI, and then click on save. I'm not going to do it because I already have one set up for this, but that's exactly what you do to set it up with Kai AI. So let me find where mine is. Here's mine. And then what you want to do next, turn on send body, JSON, using JSON. And then in here, what we can do that's super easy is we can just come up to here, and we're going to copy this one. Make sure you change that to expression. Open that up, and you just want to paste it right in there. This is red. I'll explain that in 1 second. But you can also grab all that information from here. It's a little more complicated, but you could just copy that and paste it. But basically what we're doing is we're sending a request to Google Nano Banana Edit in Kai AI. And for the prompt, we're giving it a young brunette woman sitting in a driver's seat. So like I said, what that does is it's going to paste that prompt right in here. It's going to paste that prompt right in here. And then for the image, that's what this is going to be. So we need to program this to show the image that we sent through. So in order to do that, so we need to get the new bot ID again. I think if I just change that to 2, it should work. No. So just from right here, right before the slash, to right there, delete it. And then for the bot ID, we're going to come back over to edit fields, grab that bot ID, and make sure it's after the T. So you want to make sure it's right there. And then for get the file path, you want to delete that right there, delete it, and then we need to find the file path inside of Telegram. And what you want to put right here is the file path from get a file right here. So just drag that right over there. It should turn green, and that's how you know you're good. So then if we click out, that's this entire node now completely set up. So we just added a wait node. I think it was 50 seconds, 60 seconds, so 1 minute. We'll just come in here, we'll click wait. And what this does is this basically gives it time to process the image and come out with an output for us. And then next you want to just do another HTTP request. This time you want to get, and if we come up here, we could see that we're getting this record info. So we could just copy that. And if you guys want, just pause the video and copy this exactly, just like that. And then we're going to connect our header auth, and we're going to send query parameters. So we're just going to connect our thing again, generic header, Kai AI, and then we're going to send query parameters, and I think it was task ID. Yep, but you have to make sure it's case sensitive, so task ID just like that, and then we're going to drag it over from the other one. So we're going to type in task ID. For now, we can execute this step. So the issue that this is having is it keeps reading these as expression, so I'm just going to get rid of them and type anything inside curly brackets. It's reading it as code, but I'm meaning it just as curly brackets. So that's a quick fix. Execute step should work perfectly fine now. And once we get the output, we can pass that through. Yep, there it is. And now we have this fully set up. Let's make sure it's sending the right thing. So it's sending the prompt, sending the image. Let's hit play. If you see code 200, that means it is successful. So now we can run that wait node, and once that's done, we'll get that image, and we'll be done with pretty much step 2. So I'm going to skip ahead to when it's done waiting, and then I'll help you guys out from there. All right, so now that we're done waiting, we can now execute this final. There we go. Task, oh, that's because I did not put the task ID. So what you want to do is just change that to expression. Come over here and grab that task ID, put it there, execute step, and then you should get a long message like this. Basically what we're looking for is this right here, because that's the image it came up with. And if we copy that and go to it, this is the image it came up with for us. So that's a super detailed, realistic looking one, and the video is going to be made with this woman and this pair of Uggs right here. So that's pretty good. So now for the next step, I just added a code node right here. If we open that up, basically the purpose of the code here is to just grab the image URL, because it was kind of difficult to do inside of n8n. So I just came up with code to do it. I had Claude write that. So you just want to click add, look up code, JavaScript. You could delete all this and just paste in this. If you guys want, pause the video, read through it, type through it. And what it's basically going to do is it's going to return just this URL, because that's all we're looking for. That way we can post that to a video creation tool. So once we click execute step, there we go. You can see we get just the image URL, which is exactly what we're looking for. And just like that, step 2 is now done. So that was pretty easy. There we go. Okay, so we're already almost fully completed. So the next step, if we come back up, is you can see another AI agent, and then we're going to spit out the results. We're going to make a video, and then we're going to get a video. So this is basically the video creation agent right here. And what this agent does is it's pretty much the same as the image creation one, but this one's going to create a perfect prompt for a video creation. So if we look in here, you can see create highly detailed video prompts for an AI video generation model. And then we provided the description of the reference image right here. So we could just copy all of this over for now. And we're going to come over here. And we're going to grab this, come down here, and we're going to look up AI agent yet again. We're going to define below. We're going to paste what we just had, and it will be red for now. That's just because we have to paste the new one in. So Telegram trigger. So I think if I just change this to 2, it should work. Yep, there we go. Analyze. I think this is going to have to be 2 as well. There we go. So if you guys want, copy that over as well, and you should see user instructions, young brunette woman promoting these inside of her car, description of the reference image. The image contains a pair of tan suede winter boots with a fuzzy interior, blah, blah, blah. And now you want to do a system message as well. Change that to expression, and we're going to come on up. And we're going to grab the system message from here. And I'll walk through this in 1 second. So if we open that up, it'll be a little bit more clear. We'll have a little bit more room to read through it. And basically, same thing for this. I used AI to help me come up with the perfect prompt and to get the best results. I tested it a few different times. This seems to be the best one. So role, you're an AI agent that generates UGC, user-generated content video prompts. Output format, your only output must be 3 scenes in the following JSON format. Scenes, scene 1, scene 2, scene 3. And then I gave it a structure to follow with the scenes. So scene 1 has to be a hook, so it has to grab attention and tie to the product. Scene 2 has to be about the product. Scene 3, call to action. So click the link down below, grab one for yourself. The scenes have to flow together like a mini story. And basically some more details. You guys can read through it if you want. And we also want to require specific output format. So now we can click out. And for this, let me zoom in a little bit. For a chat model right here, we can just connect it over with this AI that we have. And output parser, we want to do a structured output parser. So you can just click on that, and we're going to define using JSON schema, and just delete all of that. And I'm going to come on up to the other one that we have right here, and I'm going to copy all of this. Change that to expression, open it up, and we can just paste that code right in there. Basically what this is going to do is it's going to output the scenes as JSON. That way we can drag and drop them. So if you look over here, Like, it's going to output it like this. That way we can just drag it and drop it. Otherwise, it wouldn't do that. And then turn on this auto fix format. And then we can put that right there. And to make this easy, I'm just going to copy the rest of the code down here. That way we have it right in front of us. Just so I can look at it as reference. So we have that connected. Then we added a spit out node, which is basically to spit out each scene. And then what you want to do for that is output.scenes, no other fields. So now we can execute this step. There we go. So now if we click in, you can see this AI agent just came up with 3 different scenes for us. So if we read through these are super detailed, and it even gives the dialogue. So, okay, so I had to show you guys these boots because they're literally saving me this winter. Like, I'm obsessed. A young brunette woman in her mid-20s with loose wavy hair sits in the driver's seat of her car, leaning slightly toward the camera with an excited, authentic expression. She's wearing casual winter clothing, maybe a cozy sweater or jacket. The interior is a typical car setting with the steering wheel visible beside her and soft, natural daylight coming through the windows, creating realistic, unfiltered lighting. So you guys can see these are super detailed prompts that we're going to feed into a video model to come up with super... Sorry, I know I'm saying super a lot. But these are very detailed prompts that we're going to feed into a video model to come up with really good videos that look realistic and look like a real person recording. So that's perfect. Now, basically, this is going to spit these out as one thing. So if we execute the step, 3 items, here they are. So now the next step is, in order to make these videos, we're going to do another HTTP request node, and it's going to be a post, but I'll show you an easier way we can do this. And again, we're going to be using that Kai AI. So if we come over to Kai AI, this time you want to come over to AI video, and then you can use VO3 API. It's going to bring you to a page like this. The model that we're going to go with is VO3 Fast reference to video. That way we can upload our photos and a prompt, and it's going to come out with the perfect scenes. So what I recommend you guys do is come over to this API tab, click in here, and anytime you're making a post request like this, just come to this, read through the API documentation a little bit. That way you kind of understand what's going on. So as you can see, this is going to be our curl request for a post. So you could just copy this, come back over into n8n, and if you see this import curl, paste, import, and it fills up everything for you. Just make sure that you go here. So we already have our credentials, so we can just delete this, and we can turn off send headers in total. And then for authentication, generic, header, and then we can pick Kai AI again. So then what this does is it automatically fills this up for us. So we need to change a couple things, but if we open this up, you can see that what this does is it allows us to pass over a prompt, some image URLs. It allows us to pick what model that we're going to be using. Watermark, you can pick whatever you want. I put Anthony for mine. So if we come over and look at my right here, and if we look at the Peter Griffin one in the bottom right, it has that watermark on it. You can change that, or you can just not send one at all if you don't want it to have one. But for this one, I'll do subscribe. So if you guys are watching, be sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know if you liked the video so far. Nice little way to do that. But yeah, it's just a bunch of information. Aspect ratio, keep that at 16:9, I think, right? Let me go up here and check really quick. Yep, 16:9. So the only thing that we're going to change is going to be the prompt in the image URL. So the prompt is just going to be the output scenes. So we can come in here, delete this prompt that they put for an example one, and just grab this output scenes right here and drag that in. Perfect. Image URLs, want to delete that. And this is why we had that code node right here. That way we can have the image URL to drag and drop. Make sure you put it right in between there. And that's looking pretty good. I think we have to change the callback URL. I'm pretty sure. Give me 1 second to check on that. We might not have to. No, so we can leave that as is. So now if we, there we go, we sent it over, success. So it's going to now generate 3 videos for us. So if we look at the scenes, it's going to generate this first scene, this second one, this third one. That way we have a full video that we can post to TikTok. What you want to do next is put a wait node. And this one you want to wait a decent amount of time. I'm going to put 10 minutes for this one, just because we want to give the AI, we want to give VO3 enough time to create these videos. And if you don't give it enough time, it's just not going to be ready in time. So we could set that to 10 minutes. And we'll click wait. And I will be right back with you guys when this is done waiting. Okay, and now that that waiting is complete, what we can do is finish up this part 3, which is basically just getting the video. We can do another HTTP request. We're just going to pick that one. We're going to leave it at that for now. For me, I'm going to copy it over from here, but what you guys can do is you can come over to the VO3 documentation that we were at, and you can come over to get. And what you want to do is click right here and copy that CURL. So we're going to come over to right here, import, paste it right there, import, and you don't even need this. All you need to do is turn off send headers, authentication, generic header, and then pick the Kai AI one right here. And now the last thing we need to do is turn on send query parameters. Type in again, task, capital ID. And then for the value, you want to turn this on schema and just drag over this task ID from right there. And then we can click execute step. And there we go, was successful. So if you scroll through, you can see we have all 3 of them. And if you want, you can copy this and check out the video that it created for you. So just go to, it'll download and you can open that up and check it out.
They're tan suede with this super fuzzy lining inside, and honestly, they keep my feet so warm. Perfect for cold days when you still want to look cute, you know? Okay, so I just had to show you guys these boots because they're literally saving me this winter. Like, I'm obsessed.
So that is pretty good, and you can see the subscribe in the bottom right. You can see they even put some stuff in the back seat of her car to make it look real. So now, congratulations, because you are now done with step 3 as well. We are flying through this. So I'm just going to copy that over. I am going to paste it down here. And then we can just delete this. And all that's left is part 4 and then the output. The output is the easiest part. So for part 4, I'm just going to copy this over. And this is basically, we're going to stitch all those elements together and turn them into one final video, and then we're going to send that video back to ourselves through Telegram. So here we go. This is part 4. So you can see we start off with an aggregate node. So you can just click this down here. We're going to type in aggregate. And we're looking for the result URL 0. So you see this. We're just going to drag that in here. Perfect. Execute step. And you can see it did give us all 3 URLs. So what we're going to do is feed this into AI. That way it can combine them all into one video for us. And then it will deliver that through Telegram. So step 2 is going to be a code node again. So we'll just look up code right here, code in JavaScript. You could delete this. And then if we come back over here, you can see right here, we're just basically getting the video URLs. So I'm going to copy it in here, and then I'll let you guys copy it. So pause the video if you have to. Just copy this basically, which is getting the video URLs. Perfect. Execute step. And you can see we got the video URLs now. And now what we want to use to combine these is another HTTP request. And this is the final HTTP request we're going to be making. And for this one, we're going to be using a tool called FAL. And we're using FFmpeg. And if you don't know what that is, it basically is a video stitcher that allows you to combine videos together using software. Some people run this locally, but for this we're going to use FAL AI for it, just because it's a lot simpler than running it locally. So if you come over to fal.ai, it's very similar to Kai AI in that it lets you use all types of different models for way less than they would typically be. So you could just log in, continue with Google, sign into my account really quick. and we are going to look for merge videos FFmpeg. And it's this top one right here, video to video FFmpeg. So it's this one right here, and we're going to come over to this API. And what you want to do is come up here to the top, change it from JavaScript to HTTP. And you're going to want to come down here, and you can just grab this curl request again, copy that, come down here, import curl, paste it in, import. Oh, that's right, they do it the weird way. So we'll come over here, and now instead of copying this entire code, what we're going to do is go right where it says curl and copy it down to right outside that blue bracket right there. We're going to copy that, come in here for a curl request, and just paste that in, import, and now it should import everything we need. Right here, you could turn off send headers, and then for authentication, generic, header, and then I'm going to pick Fal AI because I already have it, but if you don't have it, just click on create new credential, and then come over to Fal. So you want to come over to the dashboard by just clicking there. Under this manage, you can come over to API keys, and then if you don't have one, just click on add key. You're going to copy it over, and then what you can do is instead of deleting these headers, so I'll show you from scratch. Delete this. We're going to do a HTTP request again. We're going to import the curl. So import that, authorization, and then whatever your API key is, you're just going to paste it in there and leave send headers turned on. But like I said, I already have mine, so I'm just going to go generic, header, and I'm going to choose my Fal AI API key. And then under send body, what we want to do is we want to select JSON, using JSON, and then just paste this right in there. Video URLs, and then we just pasted JSON video URL 0, and we mapped it to URL. So as long as the result is green, that means you did it correct. Now what we can do is click out, and we can click execute step, and then we add a wait node. I think this one was like, 1 minute. So we'll add a wait node, set that to be 1 minute long. We'll just set that to 1 minute. Execute that, and then I'll be back in here to show you guys how to get that video, the final result video. Okay, so now the final step is we're going to get this final video. What you want to do is another HTTP request. And then if we come back over to Fal, we just look up merge videos, FFmpeg merge videos, come over to API, switch it to HTTP, and then we come down to get the result. You could just copy this, and we can paste that right in here. Import curl, paste that right there. Import, turn off send headers because you should already have it saved. Generic credential, header, and select Fal AI. And now if we open this up for request ID, what we need to do, change that to expression, delete request ID, and then we want to drag in the request ID instead. So it should look something like that. Execute step. Perfect. We should now have the final video, and it is right here. So if we open that up and take a look at how it looks, let's see how it looks.
Okay, so I just had to show you guys these boots because they're literally saving me this winter. Like, I'm obsessed. They're tan suede with this super fuzzy lining inside, and honestly, they keep my feet so warm. Perfect for cold days when you still want to look cute, you know? If you need new boots for winter, trust me on this one. You can click the link below to get yours yourself. So worth it.
So that's pretty incredible. And now, how do I click out of here? Perfect. So that's pretty incredible. And now, if you guys did want it to be good for TikTok, and just like that, step 4 is now complete as well. So if we paste that over, we are basically done. All that's left to do is to send our final video back to Telegram. So in order to do this, you want to pick Telegram. So all that's left is to send a video through Telegram. All we do is look up Telegram, and we're looking for send a video right here. And for the chat ID, we can come all the way back to the beginning where we had that first edit field, we're going to put that bot ID. And for the video, we're going to grab that last URL, which should be right here. And now if we click execute step, it should send to our Telegram. Oh, okay, so the chat ID is not that original one. So we're going to come all the way back to the first Telegram trigger. Sorry about that. And it is chat ID right here. This number ID, you're going to drag that in and then click execute step. And it should send it directly to our Telegram. Here we go, and you can see mine did just pop up. So if I go check it out, here it is. So just like that, your workflow is now 100% complete and will run on autopilot. So now what you want to do is make sure you come up here and click save. That way you don't lose all your progress. And then turn this on active. Got it. It's now activated. So now anytime we send a message to our Telegram bot, it's going to automatically go through this entire workflow and come back with a video. So what I recommend doing is getting like product pictures coming into Canva. And Canva is basically a free tool that lets you design basically whatever you want. So you're going to want to come over to create. And the reason the last one didn't come out in 9:16 format is because the image wasn't in 9:16. So to fix that, all you would do is you're going to come over here to custom size, 1080 by 1920 pixels. And now whatever product you want to do, you're just going to want to go on Google. I just Googled Google. I'm sorry. And then you just want to look up any product you want to do. So let's say you want to do Nike slides. Come over to images, find one where it shows them pretty decent. We're going to copy that image. We're going to come over and we're going to paste it. Make sure it's 1080 by 1920. That's how, when I come over here, let me show you my other one that I've been using. So you see when you upload it by the 1080 1920, it will show up as 1080 1920
I never head out without my
formatted
sun
for
bum.
TikTok.
It's the best way to protect my skin and enjoy the waves.
You guys have to check out the new mini platforms. I literally wear them everywhere. They're perfect for...
So like I said, just get your image on Canva, put it like that. If you want a character too, or you have an AI influencer that you like to use, put the picture of them right here. So for example, let's say I really like this influencer. I would just always put her face to be used, and then it would always use her face. Keep the product down here. Save this image. And then I come back over to Telegram. And what I would do is I would upload that whole image. And I would say something like, this woman promoting these Nike sandal slides inside of her car. And I would send it. And then we come back over to the automation. Okay, so it's now executing. I'll be with you guys to show you the final results and go through the other ones. Okay, so it looks like the workflow did complete. So now if we come over to Telegram, we do have the video, and if we click in...
Oh my gosh, you guys have to see these Nike slides. The swoosh detail is amazing, and this footbed is incredibly comfortable. They feel absolutely great.
And that's pretty good. So now just make sure whatever images and videos you use, be sure to remove the background before inserting them. That way it will give you like the full screen of video. So you guys now have your very own AI UGC creator that you can use with the click of a button whenever you want with whatever products you want. So if you guys like this video and you want to build more AI systems like this before other people catch on and the market gets saturated, then be sure to come over and check out the community. I'll leave a link in the description. Right now we are at 791 members. The price is only $39 a month. Once we hit 800 members, the price is probably going up to about $79. So if you guys want to get in early, I'll leave a link in the description and you can get access to all of these blueprints, copy and paste templates, as well as access to other AI practitioners and members from all around the world. So if you guys are interested, I'll leave a link in the description. Be sure to like, subscribe, and if you have any questions, leave a comment down below. See you guys in the next one. Bye.